Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're going to do a quick little tutorial on how I did this shot right here. Okay, so I am walking now. I took this shot in an alley. So I'm trying to find something similar or something that will give me the right look. It's kind of difficult at this time of day because what I'm looking for is sun peeking through anything I can find. And yeah, right now the sun's kind of starting to dip down. But I think if I go back to the alley that I shot the original photo in, I'll be able to kind of get a look that I like. So we're gonna go try to find it. Trying to remember exactly where I shot this, to be honest. All right, I think this is it, right here. Yeah. This is our little alleyway. Something to look for, first thing you need to look for is light. So in this alley in particular, there's a lot of shadow and then light and then shadow and then light, and it kind of stretches down the entire alleyway. Actually quite always away from people so I can take this down. So I didn't want to take the exact same photo, so I brought a bottle of whiskey, bullet whiskey, not sponsored. Do is try to set up in a place that would look interesting compositionally. So let me show you what I mean. I have this bottle set up here because I think that it's gonna lend itself. See, we have leading lines a little bit in the background, we have some movement coming toward the bottle. Let's see what we need to do. The next thing that I have that makes this shot so cool is my bad boy. This is a 50mm lens from the 70s that I have modded out to be more aesthetically pleasing for today. So I have 3 different UV filters on. What that does is create some crazy flaring in my lens that I absolutely love. I also have a polarizing filter on it. So let's smack that on the lens and see what kind of photos we can take. Alright, so we just finished the photos. We're gonna go back, we're gonna throw them in Lightroom, and we're gonna do a couple little tweaks and we're gonna see what we come up with.
Okay, so we're here in Lightroom, just kind of trying to find a picture that I really like. Yeah, I'll start with this one. Looks like that's some pretty clean focus. Okay, first we're gonna check through our presets, make sure anything that can get us kind of started. Kind of like this one, we can still see quite a bit of detail. I'm gonna bring up our highlights just so we can kind of get that back blown out just a touch. Bring that contrast up just a little bit more, maybe even our shadows so we can play with that color. Okay, I'm gonna take this color of the label here. I'm gonna crank up the saturation a little bit. I'm gonna pull up the luminance just so we can have that kind of stand out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, next we're gonna bring up this noise reduction and color noise reduction so that we have a nice clean image. I'm also going to bring up sharpening a little bit so that our edges stay nice and clean. Next we're going to do this trick that DVK photography taught me. We're going to mimic some sunlight here. Bring up our exposure, bring up the color of that so that we kind of have this like really cool bleed of orange. Looks pretty good. Let's change the crop so that we're good for Instagram. Make sure we're centered up here. And then we're gonna straighten it out just a little bit. Cool, I think that looks great. I'm gonna let the rest of this speed up and go through pretty quickly. You guys can kind of get an idea of what I did here.